The forwards for the Bearcats tonight will be Todd Welch, number 21. He's a 6-foot senior. And also Nathan Rolfe, who will see action basically all over the floor, as Coach Yeaman was telling us about in that interview. Nathan Rolfe is what they list as a 6-foot junior. He looks more like about 6'2 or 6'3 in any case. But Nathan Rolfe, the junior, number 54 for the Bearcats. In the backcourt, it will be Chris Caskey, a 5'8" senior, number 23 for Douglas. And John Hardy, a 5'11" junior for the Bearcats. He wears number 22 for Douglas. Head coach for the Douglas Bearcats is Rich Yeaman. Assistants Randy Sieg, John Hepp, and Mike Marcus for the Douglas Bearcats in their Bearcat blue uniforms tonight. For the Newcastle Logies, the home team tonight, starting at center, will be 6'3" sophomore, number 40, Toby Comer. Forwards, number 34, John Lacey. He's a 6'2" senior, and Richard Massman at 6'4". He's got a great outside shot as well, and should be their player to watch tonight. He's a 6'4" senior, number 24, Richard Massman. The guards, number 14, Brady Weaver, a 5'10" junior, and number 20, John Schmidt, a 5'8" senior for the Newcastle Logies. Their head coach in his third season at Newcastle is Mike Ibach. Assistants Brett Weaver and Paul Krasinski for the Newcastle Logies coaching staff here tonight as we get set for the opening tip. This should be a very good test for the Douglas Bearcats tonight as they take on the defending state champions. A lot of players who won that championship not back for the Dogies, but they've definitely in the past couple of years started a good tradition for boys basketball up here at Newcastle High School. Jumping center will be Richard Massman going up against Nathan Rolfe for the Douglas Bearcats. Massman tips it into the backcourt as Newcastle will go to our right here in the fourth quarter. Bearcats open up in a, looks like a 2-3 zone. Pass goes inside to Massman. Shot from about 10 won't go. Bearcats can't pull it down. Rebound taken inside by John Lacey, and he'll put it back up and in. Bearcats back down quickly. Hardy gets it off to Caskey. 15-footer short. Caskey gets on the rebound, gets it inside to Hardy. Blocked by Massman. Newcastle on the fast break. That's Brady Weaver, the fast break layup. He was out ahead in front of everyone, and Newcastle takes a quick 4-0 lead. Hardy comes back. He'll put it up. No good. Rebound inside goes to Rolfe. He hasn't knocked away, but Hardy comes out with it. Gets the pass off to Welch. Long jumper is off the back of the rim. Massman pulls it down. He'll bring it across midcourt. Gets the pass off, and now Newcastle will slow things up. Pass goes outside to Weaver. Three-pointer. No good. Massman gets the follow. It won't go. There's Lacey. His follow-up won't go. And finally, that's Comer. He comes up with it, and it won't go either. And on the rebound, we've got a foul on Newcastle. Dogies had 4 shots that time and couldn't get any of them to drop. And the foul will go against Richard Massman, I believe, picks it up, number 24. Just over a minute gone. Bearcats trail at 4-0 here in the early going. Hardy brings it across midcourt. Looking down low for Rolfe. He's covered, so they send it to Caskey on the near side. Up top, swing it back around to Rolfe. He'll pull up for a 16-footer. It bounces around, and it drops. So the Bearcats on the board. Bearcats will show a full-court press here. And we've got a blocking foul as Hardy jumps into the man in the backcourt. That's Brady Weaver trying to bring the ball up for the Newcastle Dogies. So gives the foul to John Hardy, first team foul for the Bearcats. And they have 3 points up on the scoreboard for the Bearcats. I don't know if they credited Nathan Rolfe with a 3-point basket on that last shot. He wasn't anywhere near close to 3-point range. We'll see if they change that eventually. Pass inside as we get back to action. Goes to Comer. Shot won't go. And ball knocked out of bounds by Massman for Newcastle. So the Bearcats will take it on the baseline. 6:20 left in the fourth quarter. Still have the 3 points up there, so apparently they're counting that as a 3-point basket by Nathan Rolfe. Pass inside, intended for Rolfe, stolen by Massman. He brings it across midcourt to the free throw line. Pass blocked, or shot blocked by Chris Caskey, who got way up on the much taller Toby Comer. Blocks the shot, and Caskey across midcourt gets the pass off to Lehman on the far side. Dishes it outside to Hardy for a long jumper that won't go. And Lacey pulls down the rebound for Newcastle. He gets it off to Weaver, who will bring it across midcourt. 2-1-2 defense is what the Bearcats are in. Pass goes inside to Lacey. Drives on Rolfe. Shot won't go, but we've got the foul. I believe this will go on Nathan Rolfe. We'll wait for it, and that is the call. Nathan Rolfe picks up his first foul. And Lacey will go to the free throw line, fouled in the act of shooting. Lacey will get 2 free throws. Bearcats trail at 4-3 as they get a good call on that shot by Rolfe. They count it as a three-pointer. First free throw by Lacey is up. It goes around the rim and no good. So he'll get one more. Lacey set. Second one rolls around the rim and it drops. As Lehman puts the ball into Hardy, he'll bring it across midcourt. It's like a 1-3-3 zone for Newcastle. Lehman gets the ball at the free throw line. Turnaround jumper is up and good. Tied at 5. Mike Lehman gets the basket as the Bearcats in a trapping zone press. They get the ball to Lacey. He gets it across midcourt, gets it off to Comer. Now they'll set things up with Schmidt over to Weaver. Three-pointer on the way. It's good. Brady Weaver hits the three-point basket, and Newcastle goes up 8-5. Hardy back quickly the other way for Douglas. Pass inside, intended for Lehman, is knocked loose. Massman comes out with the loose ball again. He'll bring it across midcourt. Dishes it off to Weaver once again. Long jumper won't go. Weaver chases down his own rebound. Weaver up top gets it over to Schmidt on the near side. Almost double dribbles. In the near corner to Comer, tries to drive the baseline, and he travels trying to work against Lehman. The crowd doesn't like the call, but it's a traveling violation. Bearcats will get the ball back. 4:40 left in the first quarter. Newcastle leads at 8-5. As Hardy will bring the ball up slowly here. Gets it to Welch. Three-pointer on the way. It's way short, and Comer pulls down the rebound. Now Newcastle wants to run. They get it to Weaver. And 3 Bearcats are back, so he'll pull things up. Off to Schmidt on the near side. He has Comer open in the corner. They swing it around, get it to Lacey. Drives into the lane, shot a little too hard. Rebound goes to Welch, and it's knocked out of bounds. Down there, that was Schmidt, I believe, who knocked it out of bounds, so the Bearcats will keep it. Hardy will bring it up court for the Bearcats. Still trailing 8-5. On the far side, Tukaski back to Hardy. Cross-court pass goes to Lehman. He has trouble with it, gets it off to Rolfe. Long jumper from the near corner is a little too hard. Massman out-jumps Lehman for the rebound. Massman just plays here for the Newcastle Dogies so far. Weaver with the ball, gets it in the post to Massman. He tries to kick it back out, and the ball is knocked away, knocked out of bounds by Nathan Rolfe for Douglas. They're really covering inside on the post. Pass goes into Comer up at the top of the circle. Gets past Hardy. Jumper at the free throw line won't go. Lehman pulls down the rebound. And he was called for traveling in the backcourt. He tried to get the pass off to Hardy, and he had Brady Weaver in his face trying to knock the ball away. And Lehman trying to spin around. It drugged that pivot foot a little bit, so a turnover by the Bearcats. Newcastle takes over on their own side of the court. Hardy stops the dribble by Weaver. He finally gets the pass off to Massman. Three-point range. Cross-court pass almost stolen. That's Schmidt. Three-pointer is an air ball. Might have been partially blocked. Massman got it. His shot won't go, but on the follow, that's John Lacey who gets the basket for the Newcastle Dogies. And the Douglas Bearcats want a timeout. 3:14 left in the first quarter. Our score is Newcastle 10, the Douglas Bearcats 5, and we'll take a timeout here for some Bearcat boosters as soon as I remember where I put them. He has the ball, gets it inside to Rolfe, up over Lacey in the lane. Nice shot by Nathan Rolfe. He now has 5 points for the Bearcats as they trail at 10-7. Schmidt gets the pass off to Weaver. Over on the far side, pass is tipped, but Lacey gets it in the far sideline. They get it around inside to Massman. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line won't go. Lacey underneath. Turnaround shot is up and good. As the Dogies go back up by 5 points. Hardy back quickly for the Bearcats. Into Lehman. Jumper from the free throw line around the rim. No, there's Welch had the position, but couldn't bring it down. We have a jump ball called. He and Lacey come down with the rebound together, and on the possession, the Bearcats will get the ball. Hardy will play it in on the Bearcat baseline. Out to Caskey, to Rolfe, drives on Lacey. Shot is a little bit short. Massman with another rebound. Long pass down to Weaver. Hardy gets a hand on the ball, but Weaver recovers and gets the fast break layup. Hardy back quickly for the Bearcats, gets it off to Caskey on the far side. It's knocked away from behind with the quick hands. That's Comer. Toby Comer knocks the ball out of bounds, and the Bearcats will have it on their own baseline once again. Bearcats trail at 14-7. They swing it to Welch at the top of the key. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Long rebound out to Welch again. To Caskey, fakes the three-pointer, gets it inside to Rolfe. Shot is good, and he's fouled. Called a foul on John Schmidt for the Dogies. There's a nice pass there from Chris Caskey, nice assist, and a possible three-point play for Nathan Rolfe. As the basket was good, we have some new players in for the Dogies. Into the lineup, it's number 42, Robert Cox, and also number 10, Brent Wang, into the lineup for Newcastle. Cox, the sixth man, he's a bigger player. Wang is a smaller guard type. As Rolfe completes the three-point play, he gets the free throw, and the Bearcats in that trapping press once again. They have Weaver with the ball. He's being double-teamed, loses the dribble, now pass is tipped. Knocked loose. Lacey gets it knocked away from him, but from behind, and they'll call the foul on John Hardy as he knocked the ball loose from Lacey. I don't think Coach Yeaman will be too upset about that kind of a foul. It's an aggressive foul going for a steal, although it is Hardy's second personal foul now. And Newcastle plays it in the backcourt. Bearcats that trapping zone. And it was Wang who gets it across midcourt. Now he's double-teamed. Gets it off to Weaver. Wild pass is knocked loose by Lehman, taken by Rolfe. He'll bring it down, dishes off to Lehman, pulls up for the short jumper. It won't go. There's Rolfe inside for the rebound. He puts it back up and in. And the Bearcats within 2 points now at 14-12. Newcastle is having a little trouble with this press. Once again, it's Weaver, gets the pass to Lacey, knocked away by Lehman. Nice pass to Hardy, and as he goes up, they'll call the foul on Wang, I believe. Nice job in the backcourt there by the Bearcats. The full court press right now really causing problems for Newcastle, Mark.
Definitely that full court press is really putting the pressure on Newcastle. Douglas needs to keep that press on if they want to get ahead in the game.
And Newcastle wants to talk over just how to attack that press. Newcastle calls a timeout, and we'll take a timeout for some Bearcat boosters for you. Pennymark offers 15-12, a minute 18 left in the first quarter, as John Hardy will be at the line for 2 shots. Foul on Wang was his first personal, each team now with 3 team fouls in the quarter. As Hardy's first free throw is nothing but net. Going for the tie with this one. It's up, it's a little too hard. Rebound tipping. Lehman brings it down, gets the pass off to Hardy, back at the free throw line. It's short this time, fighting for the rebound. 2 Bearcats had control of it, but Massman comes out with it. Pass inside, knocked away by Lehman, and Rolfe comes out with the ball. And he'll be fouled in the backcourt. Looks like it might be Wang once again. Nice job by Lehman getting back on the defense, breaking up the fast break. It looks like Newcastle was going to get the easy basket, easy layup on the fast break, and Lehman hustled down court and knocked the ball loose. Rolfe came out with it, and as Rolfe tried to bring it up court, he was fouled. We'll now have Rolfe bring the ball up, put him on the point. Pass goes cross court to Caskey. Three-pointer is no good, and underneath that's Tomlin, who's into the game. Tomlin gets the rebound and puts it in for the Bearcats. Tomlin is in for Hardy as they move Rolfe to the point. Newcastle gets the ball across midcourt. It's Wang off to Weaver, loses control, almost goes into the backcourt, gets through a double team. Pass cross court goes to Comer, I believe. Excuse me, that's Cox. Cox fakes once and puts the shot up and good. Newcastle leads it 16-15. Quick shot by Welch won't go. Another offensive rebound. That's Caskey. It bounces around and won't go. Shot won't go for Caskey, and Lacey pulls it down for Newcastle. Weaver gets across midcourt where he'll be met by Nathan Rolfe. almost stolen away by Caskey. Gets the pass off to Cox into Massman just inside the free throw line. Bounces around and good. Richard Massman hits again for the Newcastle Dogies, and with 1 second left, Bearcats don't realize how much time is left, and that's the end of the first quarter. Our score at the end of 1. The Newcastle Dogies leads the Bearcats. Our score 18-15. It's Newcastle over Douglas at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back for second quarter action after we tell you about some Bearcat boosters. Converse Lumber Company serving Converse. Leading scorers so far in the game. Mark, how are we looking at that? I imagine Rolf has
he's 3 for 5 right now on his 2-point shots, and he's 1 for 1 on his 3-point shots right now. Rolf seems to be the leading scorer right now for Douglas, while Welch is struggling. He's 0 for 2 in both areas.
Newcastle plays it in to start the second quarter. Pass goes off to Schmidt. Gets it in the corner. Massman three-pointer on the way off the front of the rim. There's Cox with the follow-up. It dropped. Robert Cox gets the offensive rebound and basket. Pass inside intended for Tomlin is knocked loose, knocked away. Brady Weaver comes out with it. Fast break going up against Rolf. He beats Rolf, but shot won't go, and they'll call the foul, holding grab foul on Nathan Rolf. Rolf looks a little bit surprised at the call, but that's the call they make, as Weaver shot wouldn't drop, but he'll go to the line for 2. Second foul now on Nathan Rolf, so he and Hardy each with 2 personals for the Bearcats. 14 fouls. They have all of the fouls, in fact, for Douglas so far. First free throw by Brady Weaver is no good. Second one on the way, and it's also a little too hard as Welch pulls down the rebound, chases it down, gets it off to Rolf. The Bearcats set up, they get it to Lehman, turnaround jumper. It's good, and he's fouled. Looks like someone got Lehman on the arm as he went up, so count the basket. And the Bearcats have another opportunity for a 3-point play here. They call the foul on John Schmidt for Newcastle. That's his second. And that is the 15th foul, so Bearcats will be in the bonus for the rest of the half as Lehman gets 1 free throw. It's too hard, and Cox pulls down the rebound for Newcastle, gets it off to Brady Weaver. Facing Rolf on the point on that defense. In the corner to Cox, back to Brady Weaver, 3-point range, gets the double team. And on the attempted pass, it's kicked by Nathan Rolf, so Newcastle will keep control as John Hardy back into the ball game. He'll replace Todd Welch for the Bearcats. Pass goes into Massman on the near baseline. Gets past Tomlin, drives down the baseline, puts it up and good. Richard Massman gets the basket for Newcastle as Rolf comes back the other way. Up to Tomlin out on the 3-point range. Pass by Rolf, wasn't a good pass. It's knocked loose, taken by Weaver. Tries to dish off to Schmidt. The pass was behind him and goes out of bounds as the Bearcats back quickly on defense. They had 3 players back, and Newcastle on the offense only had 2. They forced the turnover, and the Bearcats will have John Hardy bring it across midcourt. To Rolf on the near side, inside for Lehman, working against Massman. Reverse layup, up and good. Nice move by Mike Lehman for the Bearcats. And the Bearcats show that trapping zone press. They get the ball off to Cox. He gets it across midcourt. Pass to Schmidt. To Weaver. To that was Comer. Bad pass along the baseline. Stolen away by Mike Lehman, who's been all over the place for the Bearcats. Hardy gets the pass. Takes the pass. Drives, and it's blocked by Massman. He gets the ball off to Brady Weaver as Newcastle comes back the other way. Weaver inside for Massman. Spins. Puts up the shot, and he's hammered by Chris Caskey as he goes up for it. So Massman will go to the line. Chris Caskey picks up the personal for the Bearcats. That's his first, and that will be the 15th foul. So both teams in the bonus for the rest of the half. Coming back in the game is John Lacey for the Newcastle Dogies. He'll give Toby Comer his first rest. Bearcats with Lehman, Tomlin, Rolf, Hardy, and Chris Caskey in the lineup. First free throw good by Massman. Second one also good, and Newcastle moves back up to a 4-point lead at 23-19. Newcastle shows a little pressure, but it's broken easily. Pass inside court. Tomlin is blocked again by Massman. Long pass down to Weaver. He goes up with it. It's knocked away. Weaver gets it back. And they'll say off of Brady Weaver as it went off of his knee. I thought maybe there might have been a foul there, but we won't complain about that. We'll take it. Bearcats still trail at 23-19, 5:40 left in the quarter. Hardy gets it off to Nathan Rolfe, back to Hardy. Rolfe has it on the near side, inside for Tomlin, working on Massman, forces it, it won't go, and Massman pulls down the rebound. Tomlin didn't really have a good shot that time. Massman will bring it down, gets the pass off to Cox. Little 10-footer is up and good as he shoots it up over Caskey. 6-point lead now for Newcastle as Hardy will bring it across midcourt. Cross-court pass for Caskey, drives in. Pass is off of Lacey's foot, so the Bearcats will keep it on the kick. Kind of a fortunate thing there, as there was really no Bearcat underneath to take that pass. It's a good thing it went off a Dogie foot.
Oh yeah, what the Bearcats need to do right now is slow down the game's pace a bit.
Yeah, they seem to be a little bit helter-skelter out there right now.
Yeah, they do.
Out of control. Fortunately for them, Newcastle is doing the same thing when they try to run. They're getting some turnovers. Pass from Welch goes inside to Nathan Rolfe. Nice turnaround shot as he gets Massman up in the air, then moves around him as Welch back into the game. Back the other way, that's Brady Weaver who puts the shot up. It's good. Brady Weaver gets it, so Newcastle keeps it at a 6-point lead, 27-21. Rolfe has it on the far sideline. Gets it back around. They get the pass to Caskey. In the air, pass goes to Todd Welch. Nice pass by Caskey, who jumped up, took the pass, and sent it straight off to Welch, who broke open underneath. Todd Welch gets the basket, but an assist to Chris Caskey. Just over midcourt, Weaver's pass is knocked away by Caskey once again, out of bounds. Newcastle will keep it, but nice pressure. Pass goes to no one, and Lehman comes away with it. There's Welch who loses control of the ball. Caskey tries to chase it down on the far sideline, but it goes out of bounds. Bearcats, both teams looking kind of sloppy right now. As Newcastle will bring it across midcourt, they lead at 27 points. Weaver gets it off to Cox, working against Lehman. Gets down the baseline, shot over Caskey is way too hard. Hardy rebound, long pass down to Rolfe, who chases it down on the baseline, drives in, and he'll be called for the charging foul on Massman. Once again, Bearcats just a little bit out of control. Rolfe had a hard time chasing down that long down-court pass. Excuse me, that was Lehman, not Nathan Rolfe. So Lehman, a little bit out of control, gets the charging foul. His first foul, and Newcastle will get the ball. Here's Weaver, gets the pass off to Lacey. Starts to go up with it and just loses the ball. Goes right out of bounds on the baseline. And Bearcats will get the ball on the turnover. 3:45 left in the first half. Bearcats trail at 27-23. Cross-court pass goes to Caskey. Up top to Hardy. Long jumper on the way, a little too hard. Lehman fights for the rebound, falling down. He puts the shot up a little too hard. Massman with another rebound for Newcastle. Off to Weaver. Pass breaks to Lacey. And Lacey gets the layup. Newcastle back up by 6 points. Pass goes to Nathan Rolfe. Down-court pass. They'll swing it around to Welch. 3-point range. Welch fires. It's good. 3-point basket by Todd Welch. Cuts it to 29-26. Newcastle with the lead. Bearcats will bring the defense back to half court. Lehman gets a hand in on the pass. Off to Caskey, into Nathan Rolfe, drives in, and he's flushed as he goes up for the layup. Foul is going to be on Brady Weaver for the Newcastle Dogies. As once again, Bearcats forcing the turnover. It was Lehman who reached in, knocked the pass away. Caskey came out with it and got the nice pass to Rolfe, who is fouled as he goes up with it, as we have a new player in for Newcastle. That's number 52, Aaron Hinton, a big wide body in there for Newcastle. Hinton, a 6'2" junior. As Rolfe goes to the line, he has 2 shots. First one is up and good. Nathan Rolfe with one more. It's on the way, and it bounces around, and it drops in. So Rolfe cuts it to a one-point game. 29-28. Coming from behind, Hardy almost gets the steal on Lacey, but they'll call him for the foul. He got ball, but it looks like he got a little bit of hand in there too, and that's the third foul now on John Hardy. I imagine Coach Yeaman will have to make a substitution here. They can't leave Hardy in with 3 fouls, and indeed Tom Tomlin will come back into the game. Bearcats will go to that bigger lineup once again as Hardy sits down, and that will move Nathan Rolfe back into the backcourt at the point. As Tomlin in, 6'3" senior for the Bearcats. Shooting the 1-and-1 is John Lacey. His first one is up and good. So Lacey gets one more. Lacey sets, it's on the way, it's nothing but net. And Newcastle back out to a 3-point lead. Rolfe will bring the ball across midcourt, gets it off to Lehman, over to Welch on the near side. 18-footer on the way, bounces high, won't go. Ball batted around underneath, and Massman comes out with it again. He'll bring it across midcourt himself. Richard Massman been doing a good job for Newcastle under the board. Here's Weaver off to Massman. They leave him open. He'll fire from 3. It's no good, and Lehman pulls down the rebound for Douglas. Lehman brings it across himself off to Nathan Rolfe. Rolfe will set the Bearcats up here on offense. There's Lehman, cuts open at the free throw line, gets it off to Caskey. 3-pointer on the way. It's short, and the ball knocked away underneath. Last touch by the Bearcats. Just barely grazed the front of the rim on that 3-point shot by Caskey. Take control. Bearcats getting out of that full court press here in the second quarter. But they do start up that trap at midcourt now. Long pass goes to Schmidt on the near side. Looking inside for Massman. Gets away from Lehman. Turnaround shot is up and good. As Lehman went for the steal, Massman kept the ball, got around the other way, put the shot up and in. Massman, see how many points he has. Long jumper by Nathan Rolfe. 3-pointer is no good. Rebound pulled down by Hinton for Newcastle. 33-28. Dogies lead it. And the pass at midcourt, they'll say it's Bearcats ball as Schmidt's pass was no good. His pass went out of bounds. Looks like Nathan Rolfe got a hand on it, but they're giving the ball to Douglas. Massman now has 7 points in the game only. So into the game, it's Jeff Philo for the Bearcats now, moving into the backcourt, the zone buster, as Coach Yeaman called him. Long jumper by Tomlin is up and good. Nice form by Tom Tomlin. Known more of as an inside player, but he puts up the 15-footer that time. Tom Tomlin gets the basket, cuts it to a 3-point lead. 1:20 left in the game. Bearcats just over midcourt, gets Weaver into the double team, and on the pass, it goes off Rolfe's foot, so the kicking violation will give Newcastle the ball once again. Lacey will play it in. Bearcats trail it by 3 points. Pass goes into Massman. Looking inside, and we don't have a foul. I believe this one will go against Lehman. That will be the second foul on Mike Lehman for the Bearcats, and it will send Massman to the line shooting 1-1. Newcastle shooting fairly well here from the free throw line so far in the first half. First shot is good by Richard Massman. Massman will get one more. It's on the way, and it's nothing but net. So the Newcastle lead is back to 5 points at 35-30. Rolfe has the ball up top, looking inside for Tomlin, and he's grabbed. Oh, my goodness, the jump ball. Richard Massman was just hanging on Tomlin's arm as he tried to spin around towards the basket, and they called a jump ball. That was a terrible call, I had to say it, but on the possession, the Bearcats get it. They go inside for Lehman. Reverse layup, drives past Massman. It's up and good. Lehman, a much quicker player, it looks like, than Massman. That's the second time he's driven down the baseline and got that reverse layup against Massman. Ball now knocked loose. Lehman gets it away from Massman, gets it off to Philo, brings it across midcourt. Here's Rolfe, 12-footer with Lacey in his face. It's up and good. Nathan Rolfe gets the basket, and it's a 1-point game with 35 seconds left in the first half. Weaver still not across midcourt, finally gets it off to Hinton over the midcourt. Right back to Weaver. Looking inside for Lacey. Gets past Lehman. Shot is up and good. 25 seconds left. Bearcats trail at 37-33 as Rolfe brings it across midcourt. Gets it off to Tomlin, that same spot again. This one off the front of the rim. There's Lehman, shot off the front of the rim. Bank shot won't go. Masson gets the rebound. 10 seconds left. He brings it across midcourt. Off to Weaver for three. It's short. Lehman pulls down the rebound. Gets in the backcourt. No seconds left. They get it off to Caskey. Shot from midcourt won't go. And boy, been quite a first half here at Newcastle High School. And Newcastle maintains that three-point lead they kept after the first quarter. It's our score at halftime. It's the Newcastle Dogies 37, the Douglas Bearcats 34. Quite a first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at some of our other sports at Douglas High School. Also, Mark Andrews will have our halftime statistics for you. And right now, we'll tell you about some Bearcat boosters here on KWIV. Stafford Well Service of Douglas, a longtime friend of the Douglas Bearcats. Proud to be a Bearcat booster again this year. It's Stafford Well Service of Douglas, wishing the Bearcats the best of luck. At Boland's Food Market at 130 South 4th Street, they're your complete grocery store with quality meats and produce at reasonable prices. Boland's Food Market wishes the Bearcats the best of luck. Another Bearcat booster for you this season. Boost your investment income without boosting your tax bill with the Franklin Fund, available from Clark Lupton and Equitable Financial Companies. For more information, call 358-2928. And one more booster we'll tell you about this time around. At Curtin's Packaged Liquors, there are never low in spirits. Use their convenient drive-up window. Curtin's, located on Center Street in downtown Douglas, a proud Bearcat sponsor, wishing the Bearcats the best of luck for this 90-91 basketball season. Once again, we're at halftime here at the Dogie Dome in Newcastle. The Dogies lead the Bearcats 37-34. It's been a pretty wild first half, to say the least. Newcastle had an 18-15 lead at the end of the first quarter and lead it still by 3 at halftime. 37-34 is our score. Well, we have a few minutes. Let's talk a little bit about some of our other sports going on here at Douglas High School as we get this winter sports season into full swing. First of all, we'll start with the wrestling team. The wrestling team had their first home meet of the year last night. That's after they were on the road for a couple of meets last weekend, last Friday. In fact, they had a big win over Lusk in a dual meet. That was a week ago last night, winning at 63-9. Nice job by the Bearcats as they opened up their season. Then Saturday they traveled to Alliance, Nebraska for a triangular meet. They defeated the host Alliance team 35-28 and lost to Cheyenne East 39-28. And then going into last night's meet, a dual meet against Torrington. And boy, there was a really good crowd out there, considering the Douglas basketball team was playing at the same time out at the middle school. A good crowd turning out for the wrestling team, and in front of the home crowd, the Bearcats looked good again, defeating their conference rivals Torrington 40-24 last night. Winning games for the Newcastle, or for the Bearcats last night, winning their matches. Mark Nelson had a first round pin, or first period pin, at 112 pounds. Jason Tibbs at 125 pounds had a pass goes inside, intended for Lacey. Lehman gets the steal, and if he gets knocked to the ground, they'll call him for traveling. So almost another turnover caused by the Bearcats there. Bearcats with the same lineup that started the game: Hardy, Caskey, Lehman, Rolfe, and Todd Welch. Pass inside over Lehman to Lacey, blocked by Hardy. Massman gets it in the paint though and goes back up with the offensive rebound. Nice block by Hardy. John Hardy, excuse me. But Massman picks up the offensive rebound. Bearcats back quickly. Rolfe, 15-footer won't go. Rebound bounced around, taken by Welch. Short jumper is up and good. So Todd Welch gets the basket for the Bearcats. Bearcats will open in a half-court trap once again. There's Weaver gets the pass off. It's batted away by Lehman, taken by Comer. They get it out to Weaver, up to Massman up top. Looking inside for Lacey, working against Welch. Shot won't go. Comer gets the rebound. It's back up and in. Toby Comer gets the offensive rebound. Bearcats need to do a little bit better job on the board. Both baskets have been on offensive rebounds. Pass inside for Lehman. Looking away from the basket, he just flips it up and it rolls in, and a great shot by Rolf as he was working against Massman. Was facing away from the basket, just kind of flipped it over his shoulder, and it went in underneath. Massman caught it in the corner, and his pass is knocked away out of bounds by Hardy. Newcastle will play it in on the far sideline. Pass goes into Lacey. Pass is low. It's knocked loose. Hardy comes out with the ball on a fast break. Cross court to Lehman. Lays it up and in. A fifth from John Hardy. And that's Nathan Rolfe gets the basket. Rolfe now with 20 points already for the Bearcats. Weaver out of control. Throws a pass up. It's taken by Lacey inside for Massman. Misses it. Gets his own follow-up, and it's up and good. And once Newcastle scores on the offensive rebound. Here's Lehman as he tries to drive on Comer. They'll call the blocking foul on Comer. Boy, that was awfully close. That could have gone either way. And Comer will pick up the blocking foul. That's his first foul and the first team foul. Quick pass into Hardy. Three-pointer on the way. It's short. Comer gets the rebound off to Weaver. Fast break working against Nathan Rolfe. Won't go. There's another offensive rebound. Lacey can't get the shot to go. Lacey gets it again. And Lacey gets it again. Every basket Newcastle has been on an offensive rebound, and they lead at 45-40. Rolfe comes back the other way, and he puts the shot up and in, and we have an injury timeout as Comer went down there as Rolfe was coming back. Looks like he might have turned an ankle, but Robert Cox will come in and replace Comer, and they're heading right to the locker room with him. Hopefully nothing too serious. As Rolfe hit that basket, cuts it to 45-40. Bearcats trail it as Hardy will put some pressure on in the backcourt. And they get the pass off to Cox, and Cox steps on the sideline. Wasn't quite sure where he was at. He steps on the sideline as he was being guarded closely by Nathan Rolfe. Into the lineup for Douglas, it's number 10, Jeff Philo. He's in for Caskey. Pass inside for Rolfe, working against Massman. Drives down the baseline, cuts underneath. Gets the dish off to Lehman. It's good, and he's fouled. Nice job by Rolfe as he tried the same trick that Lehman did a couple of times in the first half. Drove down the baseline looking for that reverse layup on Massman, and instead got the pass off to a wide-open Lehman. Shot was good, and the foul was called on Robert Cox in the paint. So Lehman has an opportunity for a three-point play, and he could tie this ball game up with 5:24 left. Free throw is on the way. It's nothing but net, and we're tied at 45. Bearcats showing some full-court pressure here. Weaver on the double team, and the ball kicked out of bounds by John Hardy. So Newcastle will keep it in the backcourt. Lacey will play it in. The Bearcats showing that full-court pressure once again. Pass goes to Massman. He gets past Lehman. Dishes off looking for Comer. That was Cox who missed it. Bearcats lose control of it in the backcourt. Massman comes out with it. Shot won't go and trying to follow his own shot. I think we'll have a foul here coming up on Richard Massman. As he tried to follow up his own shot, he gave a shove to a Bearcat in the back, that is. And that's the second foul on Massman. 13th foul already on Newcastle. Here's Welch on the near side. Gets it to Hardy. Gets it back to Welch now. Back to Hardy. Looking cross court. Stolen away. Bad pass. Weaver takes it 1-on-2. Splits the defenders and puts it up and in. As the Dogies go back up by 2 points. Now here's Philo coming back quickly for the Bearcats. Gets it off to Hardy. Over to Welch, three-point range. Has it to Lehman on the baseline. Cross court for Philo. To Hardy. Three-pointer from the top of the key. It's good. And the Bearcats go up by 1 point. 48-47. Full court pressure once again. They get it to Schmidt. He gets it. Cross pass is tipped, intended for Lacey. And it was, no, they'll say it wasn't tipped. Last touch by Lacey, they'll say. So the Bearcats play it in their own backcourt. They have a 1 point lead. 4:15 left in the quarter. Get it to Rolfe. Turnaround jumper from 15. Nothing but net. And the Bearcats starting to roll a little bit. Stolen in the backcourt by Hardy. Lays it up and in over John Lacey. And Newcastle wants a timeout as the Bearcats jump out to a 5 point lead. Hardy gets the steal in the backcourt and the basket. And with 4:05 left in the quarter, the Douglas Bearcats lead at 52-47. Let's take a timeout for some Bearcat boosters.
Enter Sand and Gravel for everything from a sidewalk to a road. The folks at Enter Sand and Gravel.
And the Bearcats right now are on a 12-2 run. They were trailing 45-40 and have now gone out to a 52-47 lead here in this past about 2.5 minutes.
Ross looking excellent too. He's 4 for 4 in this first half, second half.
Long down court pass goes to Massman. Shot won't go, but we're going to have a foul. They'll call this one on Todd Welch. As Massman, the only Stogie player back, they threw the cross-court pass to him inbounds. He split the two Bearcat defenders, and Welch got him from behind. So Massman will go to the line. He'll get 2 free throws for Newcastle. First one bounces around and it drops. Massman will get one more. Second one also good. Richard Massman hits them both as Hardy will bring it across midcourt. Down quickly for Philo, looking for Rolfe inside. He's covered, so they swing it around to Welch. Now Rolfe on the far side of the paint. Bank shot won't go. Massman pulls it down for Newcastle. Gets the pass off to Lacey. All of the Bearcats are back, though, back quickly on defense. They get it out to Weaver, back to Lacey on the far side. Drives against Hardy, pass inside for Massman. It's a bad pass, it comes loose. Lacey gets it, stolen away in the lane by Rolfe. Dribbles behind the back. Rolfe stopped at the top of the key. He had Schmidt trying to steal the ball away from him, and they'll call Nathan Rolfe for the double dribble. It sure looks like Schmidt knocked the ball away from him, but they'll call the double dribble. Turnover on the Bearcats. They still lead it by 3 points, 52-49. Full court pressure once again. Weaver double teamed by Rolfe and Hardy. He splits between the two of them. Almost loses the ball. Gets it to Massman. Pass into Lacey. It's blocked from behind by Hardy. Gets it back once again, and he's fouled as he goes back. John Lacey working hard underneath the boards there. And the foul will be called on Hardy, I believe, and that's 4 now on John Hardy. And they'll have to bring Caskey back in for Hardy now. Bearcats have Philo, Caskey, Rolfe, Lehman, and Welch in the game. For Newcastle, it's Schmidt, Weaver, Massman, Robert Cox, and they have Lacey at the free throw line. Lacey's first free throw is no good. So Lacey will get one more. Bearcats lead at 52-49 with 3:19 left in the quarter. Second one by Lacey. It's on the way, and it's good. So cuts the lead to 2 points. Newcastle showing some full court pressure now. Massman knocks it loose, and they'll say Nathan Rolfe touched it last as it went out of bounds.
It seemed to go off his chest there, Tom, as they tapped it off his smart play.
So Newcastle plays it in on their own side of the court. Cross-court pass from Massman goes to Weaver on the far sideline. Working against Philo, drives in, gets a step. Shot won't go, and Caskey pulls it down. He'll bring it up himself. As players filling the wings, gets it off to Philo. From 10 feet, it's nothing but net. Jeff Philo gets the basket for the Bearcats. His first basket of the night. Full court pressure once again. Weaver gets across midcourt. Gets past Lehman, drives into the lane, and he'll be called for the double dribble this time. As Weaver, he's getting out of the back court okay, but once he gets across midcourt, he's really having trouble controlling the ball, and gets the turnover that time. As Tomlin back into the game for the Bearcats, as they bring it across midcourt. Philo has it knocked away from him by Lacey, so the Bearcats will keep control of the ball. 2:44 left in the third quarter. It's 54-50. Bearcats lead it. Rolfe gets it to Lehman. Turnaround from 12 is a little bit short. Massman pulls down the rebound, and I think we're going to get a foul on Lehman as Massman started up court. And third one on Mike Lehman for the Bearcats, third personal, and the third team foul. So Newcastle will play it in their own back court, and Bearcats will pull that trap back to half court here. They have Rolfe on the point on that defense with Hardy out. Weaver gets the pass intended for Lacey, knocked away by Tomlin. It's knocked loose, and Lacey, Cox who comes up with it, gets it to Lacey, and we've got a foul as Lacey goes towards the basket. should be on Caskey for the Bearcats. That's the second foul on Chris Caskey, fourth team foul. And Newcastle will play it in on their own baseline. Still trailing at 54-50. Inside four, Weaver blocked by Caskey. Weaver gets it back. Rolfe gets a hand on this shot. Underneath that, Lacey gets the shot to drop and two fouls. Count the basket. And Lacey will look for the three-point play. Did they call this on Lehman again, or is this on Caskey? Coming into the game for the first time, it's David LaPlante, number 52. He's a 6'3" senior for the Bearcats. He replaces Tomlin, and they call the foul on Lehman. Come on, John. That's Lehman's fourth foul. Free throw won't go by John Lacey, and Lehman pulls down the basket. Lehman in the game with 4 fouls now as Rolfe brings it across midcourt. Gets it off to Caskey on the near side. Back to Rolfe, over to Philo. They'll try the three-pointer from the top of the key, a little bit too hard. Two Dogies fight for the rebound, but Cox comes down with it. He gets it off to Schmidt. Over to Weaver, to Lacey in the corner. Pass tipped by Philo. He comes out with it, and we'll have a foul in the backcourt. See if it goes against Lacey or against Massman. He has a nice job on the defense by Jeff Philo there. Forces the turnover, comes out with the steal, and they'll call it on Massman. That's his third foul and the fourth team foul for Newcastle as Tomlin comes back into the game, and Mike Lehman will sit down for Douglas with those 4 fouls. And Aaron Hinton back into the game for Newcastle as Lacey will get a much-deserved rest, and he gets a big crowd from the Newcastle fans here. Rolfe brings it across, gets it off to Philo on the far side of the court. Back to Rolfe, three-pointer on the way, rims around, no good. LaPlante can't hang on to the rebound, and Newcastle comes out with it. Here's Weaver working against Nathan Rolfe. Pass is tipped, stolen away by Tomlin. He gets it off to Rolfe, who drives in. Shot is up and good as he gets it over Cox. And the Bearcats back out to a 4-point lead. 1:20 left in the third quarter. It's 56-52. High-scoring third quarter. And on the pressure just over midcourt, Weaver loses control of the ball once again, and he'll be called for the traveling violation as the double team was there. They had Philo and Rolfe on the double team, and they forced Weaver into another turnover. Rolfe will bring it across midcourt, playing the point in for John Hardy, who's out with 4 fouls. Philo at the top of the key, back to Rolfe. Near side to Caskey, back to Rolfe. Three-pointer on the way, it won't go. Two Bearcats fight each other for the rebound. Tomlin and LaPlante were both there, and we have a foul underneath. Looks like it will go against Newcastle, and I believe against Aaron Hinton. That's who they call it on, and that will send Tomlin to the line shooting 1-1 as both teams now in the bonus. First foul on Hinton. And Tomlin will go to the line shooting 1-1 for the Bearcats. Tomlin's first free throw is on the way, around the rim, no good. LaPlante gets the rebound. Shot won't go, but he's fouled as he goes up. Nice job by LaPlante, who's looking good there under the board. Foul called again on Aaron Hinton. Second foul in about 10 seconds for Hinton for Newcastle, and this time it's David LaPlante who gets the 1-1 opportunity. LaPlante at the line. It's up and it's good. So Dave LaPlante gets one more. Second one on the way. It's also good. So first 2 points of the night for Dave LaPlante for the Bearcats. Brings it out to a 6-point lead. 55 seconds left in the quarter as they work the trap on Weaver at midcourt. He gets past Caskey. Now he's in trouble. Gets it off to side for Hinton. Blocked by Tomlin. Lacey, who's back in the game, comes out with it, and he'll be fouled if he tries to go back up. He was batted around like a pinball in the lane that time. Bearcats want a traveling violation, but they're not going to get that. Lacey really got battered on that one as Lacey comes back in. He's in there for Massman right now. So Lacey will go to the line and see if they give him 2 shots or the 1-1. Foul was called on David LaPlante, his first. Free throw by Lacey. It's on the way, And it's no good, and Tomlin gets the rebound, and another foul on Aaron Hinton. That's 3 fouls in about 45 seconds here for Aaron Hinton, and Tom Tomlin is going to go back to the line for the Bearcats. Tomlin missed his only other free throw attempt here. That was just about a minute ago. 1-and-1 opportunity. Free throw is way short, and Hinton pulls down the rebound. 38 seconds left in the quarter. Bearcats lead at 58-52 as Brady Weaver brings it up to midcourt. Gets through. Now pass is knocked loose by Tomlin. Taken by Caskey. Gets it off to Rolfe, who slam dunks it. Nathan Rolfe gets the slam dunk, and the Bearcats go up by 8 points, 60-52 here. Driving in on LaPlante, and they'll call the traveling violation. If it would have taken either one, it would have either been traveling or charging, as LaPlante had good position on Aaron Hinton. They'll call the traveling violation. 19 seconds left, and the Bearcats can go out to a 10-point lead with the basket here. Lead it to the near side to Caskey. Cross court for Rolfe. Over to Tomlin. Cross court intended for Philo, stolen away by Weaver. 5 seconds left. Weaver gets past Philo, puts up the three-pointer, no good. Underneath, that's Lacey again. He gets it at the buzzer. Basket is good, and cuts the lead to 6 points. But after 3 quarters, the Douglas Bearcats take the lead. It's Douglas 60, Newcastle 54, as the Bearcats outscore Newcastle 26-17 in the quarter. Let's take a timeout for some Bearcat boosters.
Thanks, Tom. People of Fort Questler in Douglas supporting the 1990-90
outscore Newcastle 26-17. If you get a chance here, Mark, why don't you take a quick look and see who our leading scorers are for each team. As Newcastle trails it 60-54. Bearcats, good job in that third quarter. They'll come out to start the fourth quarter with Philo and Rolfe in the back court. They'll have Welch, Caskey, and Lehman on the front line, and the Bearcats will get the ball first. Rolfe gets it off to Philo on the far side. In for Lehman, working against Massman. Pass inside, intended for Welch, is knocked away, and they'll say Bearcats ball.
Well, Tom, it seems like Rolfe's got the leading scorer for the Bearcats with 26 points. Lacey has now 18 points, leading the
pass goes into Philo. Over to Rolfe. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good. Nathan Rolfe bangs it in from 3. Gives Rolfe 29 points now, and in the backcourt, Weaver tries to bring it up against Philo and Caskey, and he'll be fouled in the backcourt. Looks like Caskey will pick it up. Caskey with the personal, and Brady Weaver will go to the line shooting the 1-and-1. That's 3 fouls now on Chris Caskey for the Bearcats. Lehman and Hardy both on the bench Lehman is back in there with his 4 fouls. And Hardy on the bench with 4 personals as Weaver goes to the line. First one is up, so he'll get one more as he makes it. 63-55, Bearcats lead it. Second one by Brady Weaver. It's on the way, and it's good. As Rolfe will bring it across midcourt, he comes up quickly, gets the pass off on the near side to Caskey, inside for Lehman. Back to Rolfe, three-pointer on the way, no good. There's Welch underneath. Follow-up won't go. There's Welch again, fakes once, has it blocked. And Rolfe comes out with it and puts it back up and in. Nathan Rolfe is just all over the place right now for the Bearcats. 31 points. As Weaver brings it across midcourt, gets out of trouble. Pass inside, knocked away by Philo, taken off the glass by Welch. Down for Caskey. He's fouled as he goes up. Bearcats working that transition game to perfection that time, as Caskey will be fouled going up for it. Foul called on John Schmidt for Newcastle. And the Dogies want a timeout here. Bearcats lead at 65-56 with 7:08 left here in the fourth quarter. Let's take another timeout for some Bearcat boosters.
Proud Bearcat sponsor is State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance needs, call Bert Butcher at your State Farm Insurance agent in Douglas, 358-2996. Bert Butcher and State Farm wishing the Bearcats good luck. Also another proud sponsor is Converse County Memorial Hospital. Complete professional care and help with inpatient services and extended
Okay, boy, the crowd is really getting loud in here. I think we might have to shout to be heard over. There's always a big vocal crowd up here in Newcastle. That's what makes it so hard to play up here. And there's also a big crowd here from Douglas tonight. Even the Douglas cheerleaders are up here, and we just had a little competition to see who could scream the loudest here this last time out. And as we come back to action, Chris Caskey at the line for 2 shots. First one off the back of the rim. It's no good. So Caskey will get one more, looking to move that lead out to 10 points for Douglas. It's on the way, and it's good, and the Bearcats up 66-56. Massman has it in the back court. Dribbles it off of his foot and out of bounds as he tried to get around Nathan Rowe. Bearcats will get it under their own basket. Caskey will throw it in. Another turnover forced by Douglas. Long pass goes out to Welch. Three-pointer is nothing but net. Bearcats starting to pull away a little bit right now. It's 69-56. Massman in the back court. Gets across midcourt now, working against Philo. Gets it off to Schmidt. Shot is up and it's good. As Newcastle breaks the press that time, Schmidt gets the basket. As Philo back quickly for the Bearcats to Rolfe. 3-point range inside for Lehman. Gets it on the baseline to Caskey. Back out to Rolfe. Up top to Philo. Cross-court pass. Almost stolen. It's knocked away. Taken by Massman. Lacey up to Weaver, and he travels. Weaver had to step off. Boy, the crowd is upset about that, but boy, that one was plain as day in front of everybody. He started off on the wrong foot, and that made him take an extra step. He was ahead of everybody. Would have had the easy layup, but he travels, and the Bearcats come back. Philo, another cross-court pass, a dangerous pass. Here's Welch cross-court up to Philo. 3-pointer on the way. It's off the front of the rim. Lacey comes down with the rebound against Welch. He gets it to Massman, and Massman will bring it across midcourt. He'll be met by Rolfe, and Philo gets it off to Weaver on the far side. Double team now. Stripped by Welch, and they'll call Welch for the personal. Welch thought he got all ball, but the official thought otherwise, and that will be on Todd Welch for the Bearcats. And Weaver will go to the line shooting the 1-and-1 opportunities for Douglas. Or for Newcastle, excuse me.
Come on, Brady.
Brady Weaver shooting 1-and-1. Free throw on the way. It's good again. How's he doing from the line tonight? Has he missed yet tonight?
Weaver, he's missed 2. He's 3 out of 5 now.
Okay, and he'll get one more opportunity. Trying to get that lead back into single digits. It's on the way, and it's good. 69-60, Bearcats lead it. Nathan Rolfe will come up. 6 minutes left in the game. Rolfe stops the dribble, gets it to Welch, far side to Jeff Philo. That pass again, tipped by Weaver. Driving in on Rolfe. Shot is up, and it's good on the fast break. Rolfe went for the block, but couldn't get it as Philo comes across. Inside for Lehman. Has a screen from Todd Welch, but the shot is a little bit too hard. As Massman comes down with it, he'll bring it across midcourt for Newcastle. Gets the pass off to Weaver. 3-pointer on the way. Way short as Schmidt puts it up. It's blocked by Caskey. Shot blocked by Caskey by Schmidt. As Lehman comes out with it for Douglas. Gets it to Todd Welch. Up top to Philo. Looking inside for Rolfe. Turn around off the back of the rim. No good. Massman gets the rebound. He'll bring it across midcourt. No one picks him up. They'll pull up for the 3-pointer, and he's fouled late by Todd Welch. Not a smart foul there by Todd Welch.
Todd Welch picking up his 3rd foul there, too.
So Massman will go to the line. Fouled on the 3-point attempt. Yeah, it looks like we have a wet spot on the floor. Coming into the game, it's Tom Tomlin for the Bearcats. He'll replace Todd Welch. Bearcats lead at 69-62. They had as much as a 13-point lead here. It's back down to 7 points now with 5:03 left. And Massman at the line.
Massman pretty good at the line right now, too. He's 3 for 4.
Richard Massman, a big player, but he's got a great outside shot as well. He's the best 3-point threat, and he hits the first free throw. Massman with one more. It's on the way, and it's good. Cuts the lead to 5 points as Nathan Rolfe will bring it across. pass intended for Tomlin, knocked away by Weaver. Long pass down court, blocked. Weaver goes up for the shot. It's blocked by Tomlin, and we've got a foul in the backcourt, and I think they're going to call it on Brady Weaver. He ended up on his back on the floor with the ball in his hand. But they called a foul on Brady Weaver. Maybe a bit of a break there for the Bearcats.
Brady Weaver picking up his first foul of the game only.
I believe that's his second.
Is it his second?
Yeah, and John Hardy is back in the game for the Bearcats as he's in for Philo. Philo made some bad passes there. He made some good defensive plays, but he made some bad passes too. As Caskey's free throw, no good. Caskey gets his own rebound. Bank shot, long throw, long rebound comes out to Brady Weaver, and he'll bring it across midcourt and hold things up. Off to Schmidt in the corner. Gets it back out to Weaver. Cross court, wide open. That's Robert Cox as the weak side defense was cheating over to the strong side of the court that time. And left Cox wide open. They found him. Easy basket, and it's now a three-point game, 69-66. Bearcats have seen a 13-point lead flip to a three-point lead as Newcastle has scored the last 10 points. Hardy and Caskey will just play catch here back and forth. Now Hardy will drive. Cuts back out to Caskey now. Inside four. Rolfe turnaround shot over Masson. It's up and good again. Nathan Rolfe is playing great tonight.
That's 31 points for Rolfe already.
Masson brings it across for Newcastle. Gets it off to Weaver. Double teamed. Inside pass intended for Lacey. He can't control it. Cox comes out with the loose ball. Schmidt throws up an air ball. And Tomlin will come out with the rebound. He gets it off to Hardy, and Hardy will bring it across midcourt. Bearcats lead at 71-66. Hardy back to Caskey. They play catch here on the near side once again as the Bearcats content to slow things down right now. Back to Caskey, back up to Hardy as the Bearcats just rotating inside. Now the cross-court pass for Rolfe. All-away shot is short. Masson tips it out to Schmidt. Long pass for Lacey. Ill-advised pass by Nathan Rolfe there. He's been the big scoring man, but that wasn't really a very good shot. He was off balance falling away, and the shot was way short. And Newcastle within 3 points once again, 71-68. Pass almost stolen by Schmidt. Here's Caskey. Drives down the baseline, cuts all the way across midcourt, out to Lehman, wide open, drives into the lane, shot up. No good, but they'll call the offensive foul as he runs into Schmidt. Schmidt apparently got hit in the mouth a while back, and he's got blood all over his shirt. They tossed him a towel, let him wipe the blood off, but the charging foul on Nathan Rolfe, that's his third. And Newcastle will have the ball once again, trailing by 3. Massman has the ball. They can't leave him open. He puts up the three-pointer. It's a little bit short. There's Lacey with another rebound. Gets Tomlin in the air, puts the shot up and good. 1-point game with 2.5 minutes. Lacey on the offensive boards has been killing the Bearcats here in the second half. He's really been the big bright spot for them in the game. Lacey on the offensive board. Pass goes inside to Lehman. Gets it to Hardy on the baseline, and we've got a foul. Foul is called on
Lacey,
and that's only his first foul in the game. But it will send Hardy to the free throw line.
The Bearcats need to slow it down a bit. They're starting to lose control of the ball a bit.
They brought Hardy back in with the 4 fouls to handle the ball. They're still making a lot of turnovers. Lehman was fouled on the pass, so Lehman's the one who shoots. First free throw is up and good for Lehman. So Lehman gets another one. Bearcats lead at 72-70. Second one on the way. It's a short. Rebound comes out to Brady Weaver. He has Rolfe guarding him in the backcourt. Gets away. Meets another double team, and they'll call the blocking foul on Hardy, and Hardy is done for the night. And it looks like Hardy missed. He wasn't really even that close to him, but Hardy picks up the foul, and Weaver comes over to congratulate him on a good game. I think Weaver might have said something about he thought it was a bad call too, but in any case,
It looked like he stepped on his foot. That's all he did. I think Weaver just stepped on his foot and they called it foul.
Hardy fouls out of the game. They'll bring Todd Welch back into the lineup. It's Welch, Caskey, Rolfe, Tom Tomlin, and Mike Lehman in there. Lehman also with 4 fouls, so he's one away from fouling out too. They'll move Nathan Rolfe back to the point here as Weaver goes to the line. First free throw is good. And he can tie it up with this second one. Get down in a crucial game, and free throws are always important. On both games, free throws are crucial, and we're tied up as Weaver hits the second one. This Caskey coming across midcourt, inside for Lehman. Double team, so he gets it back out to Caskey, to Rolfe. Has it knocked away by Lacey. Rolfe lets it go out of bounds, and they'll say it's Newcastle ball. Rolfe touched it last, apparently.
I think Douglas needs to call a timeout and here regroup.
Tied at 72, a minute 55 left as Massman comes back across midcourt, gets it off to Weaver, over to Schmidt on the near side. Back up top to Weaver, looking for Massman on the far side, drives past Tomlin, has it stripped away by Lehman, it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tom Tomlin, who was trying to get the ball on the baseline, but a good defensive job as it looked like Massman was going to drive in for a basket. Pass goes into Weaver on the far side. Covered by Tomlin. High pass intended for Massman, knocked away by Lehman, saved by Lehman on the baseline. Long pass comes up to Chris Caskey, and he's going to be fouled. They'll call it on John Schmidt, who can't believe it.
That is for foul too.
John Schmidt picks up the personal, and Chris Caskey will go to the line for the Bearcats, all tied up at 72. Bearcats had a 13-point lead here in the fourth quarter, but they've let it slip away, and we're tied up. As Hardy goes to the line, not Hardy, Caskey goes to the line. Caskey is 1 out of 3 from the line so far tonight, I believe.
1 out of 4.
1 out of 4. Free throw on the way, it's short, rebound, slow, up against Massman, banks it, no. There's Lehman with the follow, that's up and good. Mike Lehman gets the basket on the offensive rebound, and the Bearcats go up by 2 points. A minute 22 left. Massman brings it across midcourt.
The Douglas High School boys basketball team opened up the season with a pair of wins this weekend. Friday night, 5 Bearcats scored in double figures as Douglas ran past Guernsey 92-53. Then Saturday, the boys went on the road, notching a 78-74 win over defending 3A state champion Newcastle. Douglas trailed by 3 at halftime, but came out strong in the second half, building up a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter, only to see Newcastle scramble back to tie the game at 72. But a basket by Nathan Rolfe and 2 free throws by Tom Tomlin in the final minute helped preserve the 78-74 victory for Douglas. Rolfe totaled 63 points in the 2 games for Douglas. The Lady Bearcats opened up their season at home Saturday night and rolled to an impressive 74-38 win over Newcastle.
Thank you, Tom. This has been a look at state and local news for KWIV Radio News.
Know where the builders...
I know where the builders go. I know where the builders go.
Now that you know where the builders go where the builders go for all your home improvement needs. Converse Lumber, a blow door and building center. 201 South 2nd Street in Douglas, Wyoming.
I know.
That's right, it's birthday time again. Welcome to the Birthday Club for this Tuesday, December 11. Let's tell you about birthdays and anniversaries across the Douglas area for today. Sending out happy birthday wishes for LeJay Seipel today. LeJay is 11 years old today. Happy birthday. Also, happy birthday for Brendan Prime this morning. And Christy Morton turning that sweet 16 today. Happy birthday, Christy. Also sending out happy birthday wishes this morning for Becky Kent, for Teresa Mapp, for Alvin Manning, and happy birthday for Nathan Rolfe this morning. Nathan is 17 today. That all-around basketball star and cross-country star and all those other stars. Happy birthday, Nate. No anniversaries on our list. Let's run through those birthdays once again. Happy birthday wishes going out this morning for Christy Morton. Christy is 16 today. Happy birthday for Brandon Prime. LaJay Seipel turning 11 years old today. Also happy birthday wishes for Nathan Rolfe, for Elvin Manning. Teresa Mapp celebrating a birthday today. And happy birthday once again for Becky Kent on the birthday club for this morning.
Happy birthday to you.
Running through that birthday list one more time. Happy birthday wishes going out this morning for Nathan Rolfe. Happy birthday for Teresa Mapp this morning. Becky Kent celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday wishes for Alvin Manning. Christy Morton celebrating a birthday today. And happy birthday wishes for Brandon Prime and for LaJay Seipel on the birthday club for this December 11th. Happy birthday to all you folks. And listen for the birthday club every morning here at 7:25 or so on the birthday club. And when you have birthdays or anniversaries, let us know about those so we can get them onto the birthday club too.
Hey, Rex.
A difficult weekend became more difficult for the Douglas High School wrestling team. The Bearcats lost in Buffalo at 35-21 Friday night, and before Saturday's home meet against Rollins, 4 varsity wrestlers were dismissed from the team for disciplinary reasons, and Douglas forfeited 3 matches in losing to the Outlaws 37-24. Coach Bob Bath said although the suspensions hurt the team Saturday, he has some young wrestlers who will step in and do well the rest of the season. We'll do okay, Bath said. David Crank won both of his matches over the weekend. Shane Schaffner won Friday and won by forfeit Saturday. Other winners Friday included Phil Goodrich, Jason Tibbs, and Dustin Ewing. Additional Saturday winners included Tom Middleton, Eddie Hill, and Bart Becker. In basketball, the Douglas boys and girls both got back-to-back conference wins over Newcastle and Rollins. The boys used strong rebounding and 29 points in each game from Nathan Rolfe to beat Newcastle 81-62 Friday and downed Rollins 82-69 Saturday. Against Rollins, the Bearcats outscored the Outlaws 36-10 in the fourth quarter to come from behind on the road. Girls coach Bunny Ryder feels his team is finally putting it all together as a tenacious pressure defense keyed a 69-29 win over Newcastle Friday and 63-36 win over Rollins Saturday. Against Newcastle, Nicole Ryder hit 8 of 9 shots, including a 3-pointer en route to 20 points, while Jennifer Ryder had 15 points to lead Douglas Saturday, and Pam Glenn totaled 25 points in the 2 wins for the Lady Bearcats.
Thank you, Tom.
Basketball action over the weekend. The Douglas High School girls notched a pair of home wins. Friday night, the Lady Bearcats struggled but escaped with a 43-42 win over 4A Cheyenne Central. Douglas shot 38% from the field and only 9 of 23 from the free throw line, but got 3 points in the final minute from Shelley Shalin for the win. Saturday, Douglas cruised past Buffalo 58-32 thanks to a strong defensive effort and domination of the boards. The Bearcats fell behind 7-4 early, but then scored the next 14 points and never looked back. Nicole Ryder led Douglas with 10 points Friday and added 13 points Saturday, while she and Brendy Fawson had strong rebounding efforts in both games, and Fawson scored 12 points against Buffalo. Douglas played this weekend without Jennifer Ryder recovering from arthroscopic knee surgery and Pam Glenn out with the flu. The Bearcats are 10-3 overall on the year. It seems to happen to the Douglas boys every year. Saturday night, the Bearcats made their annual road trip up to Buffalo and again came away with a close win and a wild finish. Douglas slipped past the Bison 52-51 to improve their record to 8-5. We'll have more Bearcat sports later this week.
Thank you, Tom. This has been a look at state and local news for KWIV Radio News. I'm Jason Johnson.
And state and local news with Jason Johnson.
The boys' side, Douglas did finish 5th out of the 5 teams, but a vastly improved Bearcat squad. They've improved as the season has gone. Just missed making the finals in the balance beam as well. Had a score of 7.95 yesterday. Originally, they thought that was going to be good enough to finish in the top 8 and make it to the finals, but they double-checked the scores and determined this morning that she just missed it by 5/100ths of a point. She finishes 9th in the balance beam, but a good job by Jamie Harkness, finishing 10th in the overall standings for the boys overall. Highest finisher was Troy Smith for Douglas in 11th place. Troy Smith had an 8.2 on the vault and a 5.1 on the rings among his scores. Douglas did quite well on the vault, in fact, as Chad Wintermote had a 7.55 and Travis Wills had a 7.6 on the vault. Congratulations to all of our Douglas High School gymnastics performers for representing Douglas very well in the state tournament. I understand Douglas has been awarded the state gymnastics tournament again in 1993, so it'll be nice to see that in Douglas once again in a couple of years. Once again, congratulations to all of our Douglas High School gymnasts who complete their season today. In swimming action yesterday, the Douglas Bearcats hosted a double duty